Hello, this is Cornel Burza. I'm a 6-dan player, and in this video I'm going over a recent game played on Fox Opp by Dank75, who was white in this game and unfortunately lost by 22.5. It's a game where white actually started pretty well, but then it became a bit passive from middle game towards end game. So let's see what happened. Well, the focus on this review will be mostly on white's moves, because white needs to improve and become a showdown soon. Well, this is a game played on a Fox Coast server at 1-dan level though, which is not bad. So black's move here, it's a bit passive to extend to the middle of the side. Obviously at this stage black should focus on approaching corners like c14 or r14, one of the sun evasions, or simply defend his own corner with a shimari. But let's see what white did. Yeah, this low far approach used to be very popular in the past, not so much nowadays, but it's an interesting move to play and see how it works, because most of the new players, they are not familiar with the josekis here. The easy way for black is just to protect the corner with q3, then white usually extends with a 2-space extension move to fix a base, or white can also go up to k4 in a bit more loose fashion, but taking the base is just fine. Now, of course, black has other options like pincer m3. This is very common. This is what happened in the game too. And now the josekis can be a bit more complicated. White attach, black hane. Well, usually here black will hane the other way, trying to separate white stones at q3, and obviously a crosscut will follow. This is continued with an Atari under, then an Atari up on the 4th line, then connect. White turns in the corner. Now the basic pattern of this joseki, it's black turns at 04, white extends q7, and the variation comes to an end. This would be like the joseki dictionary pattern, but obviously here black can try other moves. For example, the 1-space jump this way. White will push to create cutting points, then capture the stone. If white, for example, thinks about a cut like this, it's a problem because black has the ladder and this would be a collapse. So white first will capture the stone, then black will connect up or down. Usually the non-greedy variation is to just connect 04, and later on white can think about this cut, but for now you just look all over the board and grab the big points, either f3 or sun evasion, which is always a valid move to consider. Oops, I jump ahead a bit too much. My mouse, it's pretty tricky this morning. So black didn't play the q3 move, which is the common way to fight. He just hane in the corner. Therefore white can simply pull back. This is a variation where actually white gets a very solid position and set up a miai. So usually here black will go for a tiger mouth to make some ice shape in the corner, and then white can either jump out like this or jump with the horse neck or horse face shape. This is the so-called dog face. Anyway, when white plays a 1-space jump, he's aiming at 2 or 3 things, like for example, continue with pressure at r6. Therefore, if black extends here, the next move will be this r6 vital point to press black down. If black pushes like this on the second line, it's a bit painful to make life. And even if black finds the Tesuji here at r7, white has nothing to complain. White got a very powerful position. Black, it's a little bit low, and then again you grab center to take a big point. Now if black protects the right side, for example a move like r7 or q7, white can play a pincer k3 or j3. So this way white starts attacking the m3 stone. So back to the original game. White played a hane instead of nobi at q3. This is playable too. Black simply extends. White goes down. White can actually connect here at q3. White needs to go black needs to go s2 to keep the ice space in the corner and a little bit of pressure on white. White can come out with a Keima like this. This is a good shape to escape to the center and create some ice space. Black will either continue with the Keima on the fourth line or simply extend at R8 to fix the base in the corner. And then again, White will counter pincer either K3 or J3. And if Black decides to make a base at J3, then White will surround the group on the right side. And this is a bit painful. Black can live in the corner, but it's small. Let's say Black plays a move here at S6. This is generally painful to play on the second line too early in the game. So this can happen. But in the game, White simply went down. Black continues to keep the pressure on the White group. Actually here Black can just turn at Q5 and then extend on the right side. Anyway, White group will leave. And it's not a problem if White turns in the corner at S2. Black doesn't have to answer. He can continue either on the lower side or play something on the right side to expand. But Black decided to be a bit more aggressive with this push. So White comes out, that's a good move. Push again, it's fine too. It's okay to get stronger here and then think about the pincer at K3 or J3. So all these moves are fine. Well, Black step up on the fourth line and starts to build on the right side, but at some point White can approach here, aiming to slide at S8. But for now it's very good to play the pincer. And here Black jumps out. Black can actually go out with a Kosumi at L4 to make sure White doesn't use the attach at M2, but Black can also discard that stone. So for example, if Black plays G3, White covers, Black can turn here once and then approach the right side, either R14 or in this case even Q14 is an option to set up a big moe on the right side. This will be a very large territory on the right. Anyway, back to the original game. Black jumps out. Well, in general, one space jump, it's not a bad decision. White jumps along. Now White has the option to attach at M2, but this can happen later as well because the White group is not really in danger. It has easy access to the middle. But for now, I would extend either G3 or F3. Every time you have room to make a base, it's good to take it. And if there is no space to create a base right away on the edge of the board, then you jump into the center. So if White simply plays here and Black defends, after that you jump and the extension is in the right place already. So jump along, Black jumps too, and now White plays the Kosumi. This is not the greatest move locally. It's more interesting to play the attach. The reason is if Black cuts one side or the other, let's check both variations, White will just sacrifice a stone and connect above on the fourth line. So Black is actually crawling to set up a life on the bottom side, and this way White is connected into the middle, which is a tick position, and these two black stones are going to be a target. They are floating into the center. Also, the profit on the bottom side is very limited for Black, so nothing to complain. Now let's see what happens if Black cuts the other way. Pretty much the same scenario. Black is capturing a stone, White covers, and White is already connected, so there is no cutting point here because of the Atari, and you push him into the wall. And on this move you can just pull back. If Black keeps pushing, it's a bit painful. There are too many stones on the second line. Black will leave, but there is really no profit here. So too painful to be on the second line, the so-called line of defeat. But when you play this Kosumi, actually Black can separate. And now the group on the right side is still somewhat in danger, and also the group on the left side. Now, when you make a base here at G3, Black can cover. And even though White can leave with this kind of shape, there is still a little bit of RG here at P2. But yeah, no problem. White will eventually make two eyes. But it's really painful. I mean, you build something like 4 points. The other group, it's also tiny, and Black got a lot of power on the outside. So next time when you see this formation, think about the attach at M2. Now if Black plays a peep this way, in order to set up the cut, you let him cut in the center. So you pull back, black pushes here, white blocks, black will cut above, white extends, black captures a stone. But you transfer the territory on the bottom, so everything is connected and it's fine. And black worked too hard to capture one stone in the middle, which is not even that valuable. So, moving on. Jump, jump, peep. Yeah, interesting idea for black to allow the connection under. This is also a fine option. And yeah, this is proper, but white didn't gain so much connecting on the second line. So black has center now. This peep is not necessary, because now there is no way to cut it L2 anymore. So it's better for black to keep this kind of peep for as a cut for later. And also he might play the peep from the left side, or just a one space approach later on here, or just push and then cut. Right now I think black should just cover and try to connect his stones at in the center. So peep, block, extend on the right side. This is very big. The right side starts to look scary big for black. White defense, that's proper. Maybe white can think about a pincer here, so black doesn't build that much. But yeah, it's okay to play calm at 017. Black attacks the top. Also okay to defend here. Now we have an old school Joseki, the slide and extension. That's fine. And then white invades the left side. Now on the left side, this c8 is a nice spot, but of course black will play a pincer at c6 and then is going to build a lot in the corner. Therefore, for white it's more interesting to approach with a submarine style approach move, this b5. If black still wants to keep the corner, he will block b4, and you go up in center, and now you take the extension at c8. So you still get to play c8, but you also have a base. And now black needs to do something with his stone. Either jump out or play one space extension first. And then, well, you just play away. Oh, in fact, it's big to play c18, but normally it's not center. Black doesn't have to connect the stone at e18 or e17 right now. But you can also play r12, that's pretty large, so you prevent the right side becoming too big. Now when you play this submarine approach move, if black covers c7, you can push like this, then take the corner. And now the problem is for black that he gave up all the territory in the corner, and his wall, it's not really functional because white has this strong formation in the middle of the board. So it's hard to build too much in the middle later on. Like this would be a variation where black wants to set up a big moyo, but in this case, it's not going to happen. White can play, for example, a peep like this and some Keima or Geima, large knight move, and all of a sudden the influence is completely gone. So playing this way, maybe you expected black to jump out and then you can slide in the corner, but of course he can pincer first, then you jump and he jumps along. Now the way white can play here, it's this Kosumi. So you go out, but you don't allow the connection at b8 combined with d8. Therefore, black has to play no b, then jump another no b, and you can make some light formation. If he plays this shoulder hit, no problem, just push one time, he pulls back, then you can separate either like this, so you lean on the top stones to separate the middle group, or you just play Tsuke and no b. Because sometimes when you play this kind of move, black can resist. Jump through, then you cut, and complicated fight will follow. But yeah, it shows fighting spirit. So jump out, black jumps along, white jumps again, and black puts some pressure to create I shape. Actually for black here, he should think about the Hane. And then when white Hane, he can connect solid, and on this push, jump in the top. It doesn't matter if white connects under, not so many points there, but it's much safer, this kind of shape for black. Black can also block here, and on this Atari from behind, Atari again, and then jump here. And this way, white is not even connected on the left side. This would be an easier way for black to set up a Sabaki. His group is still somewhat weak or heavy. Yeah, the pins are very good. These are 12, it's a nice move. Black slides, white blocks, that's good. Black slide is not so good. he should either jump out or play the attach, R16 and then Hane. Now let's say white plays Atari connect, white can drop down here, then cut, turn, double Atari, black makes life in the corner, and white captures these stones in a sort of a net. If you just play double Atari, black can escape with this guy. But if you play this move, now white is connected, because if black comes here, you have double attack like this and connect under. And if black connects, you kill everything. You just cover and the stones are trapped. So, on this attach there's another variation, like this, and cover. Well, he can push couple of times. And that's pretty much it. Like black leaves, he's scrolling, white got the thickness, and then black has to extend here. But white actually erased all the potential on the right side, which is good. And then the target should be this group in the middle, separated from the right, and start chasing. It's a completely different game. So I'm playing these two moves in the top just to target the group in the center. Long variation. Let's go back to the original game. So slide. White blocks the corner, that's good. Black pushes again. This is pretty much a reflex move to block at S18. It's actually hard to kill this group right now, even if you block S18. So I would focus a little bit on the R12 stone. Either come out with a Kosumi or surround the black group. Now if black plays just Hane, Atari, and he struggles to live in the corner, it's already a gain for white. What else? Yeah, the approach here is nice. R9, because if black plays this kind of move, you Hane once, and already you force him into an empty triangle. If he doesn't do anything, just defend the corner. No problem, you can still extend here, and later you play S8. You can also play S8 right away, and then go up. Everything center, then cover. Or extend back here, which is proper. So it's not really necessary to play S18, because here, for example, black can turn, then Hane in the corner, then make some I shape with the tiger mount. Then when you extend on the right side, he might defend like this. You jump in the middle, he attacks the top. And when you surround the group, he can play a bump, then Osumi, peep, and he's alive already. You cannot catch that group anymore. And another way for black to place to make some I shape is this move, Kosumitsuke. If you play an empty triangle just to ruin black's shape, black will play here, and you still need to extend on the right side. And black has the Hane, you cannot block because of the cut, you gotta play this one, then answer all the moves, and black hits out again. Now on this move, if you just extend right away, black has Hane, Atari, so that's how he creates the I shape. So black simply jumped. White jumps along. I will still jump on the right side, something like R9 first, because it's threatening a little bit the group in the corner. If black turns here, you have the Kosumi. If black blocks like this, you can attach. If he cuts and captures one stone, you Atari and cover to connect to the top. I noticed in this game, white men played many jumps like this, one space jumps on the left side, on the right, in the middle, and in the end, all those stones pretty much turn into neutral points. So it wasn't that effective, even though one space jump is generally a good move, but somehow white needs to put more pressure on black, and it wasn't the case. So for example here, if you play a Keima, it seems like you turn around and try to catch that group. Then Hane, then Nobi like this, threatening the cut, then extending the top to go out with the group, the corner group, and build something. And like this, you're pressing black and force him to connect to the top, but he builds neutral points. Then you come out here, cut, and try to catch the center. If you manage to kill this group with a lot of surrounding territory, then it's a win. So this was a pretty big opportunity. Get stronger while attacking the top right and then go for the center. You don't need this pip at q15. You can play the pip at o15 right away. And then the attach at s14 to see whether black will pull back or cut. If he cuts, you're giving the stone as bait, like this. And now the 3 stones in the middle are heavy and became a target. If black wants to come out like this to save the stones, you go atar in cente. So already it's painful for the group on the right. You can jump all the way here. But well, the stones are connected. You can also slide like this, come from the center with a Kema. So in a way, white's play it's more active. Let's see what happened. So peep and another peep. This way black got pretty strong. And now the 3 stones on the right side are a bit vulnerable. You can push like this and also play the peep at s13. And this way black has only like one eye or half an eye on the right side. So this stick can still become a target. Then make a base with this kind of move or slide. Well, it's big to extend in the top, but that group it's already safe and the 3 stones are the weak ones. So you always have to help the weak group before the strong group. Okay, black panicked a little bit with this s13. He shouldn't. He can play, for example, a shoulder hit here to get a little bit stronger and then Keima to come out and attack the 3 stones. Obviously, white doesn't have to answer this Kosumi, so jump along, that's fine. And jump again. Now the stones on the left side are a little bit in trouble. And he's saving them, which is good. And white connects also. Yeah, he noticed there's a problem here with the push and cut. So actually, here is where white is missing an opportunity. White should really come out and cut. Because this way, you're chasing the group in the middle. Even if black can struggle a little bit, I mean, it's a target, so it's going to be tougher for black than for white. Because white has all those stones in the middle. So this way, you have a way to use them by attacking. Simply one space jump, it's too passive. Like you just try to connect your stones, but they don't build anything, and black covers, so it's fine. Yeah, and now black had more territory. Okay, a little bit of endgame. He went up. Fine. Well, this push can create some agi, but for now there is not much to do there. Yeah, this block is very big. It's one of the biggest endgame moves at this stage. But for black to connect that stone, it's not so big. Right now, black should play a move like h3. And then if white captures one stone, it's gote for white. Then black can play another move somewhere else. Like, let's say he defends this side and connects everything. That happened eventually, but later on. So black saved the stone. White turns. This turn you don't need. It's a passive move. Nothing happens in the corner if black plays that move. And there is not much territory to erase here. Like later on, white can still play this peep, for example. Right now, white should think about a way to erase the lower left corner. For example, this approach, then pull back and connect under. Then when black plays here, you just hand in the corner. So this corner will become smaller. I'm not sure black needs this peep. He has the option to play Tsuke here anytime. And again, we have these variations where white cuts, captures a stone on the second line, but black connects to the center and everything is fine. Actually, black doesn't have to play in this area at all. Just one space extension here. It's a big endgame move. Maybe he panicked a bit after the turn, but he was okay. Ah yeah, he's standing on the bottom, but h2, it's not too bad. I mean, maybe he was thinking if h3, black plays j2 and he still needs h2. But it's the same thing. He comes second line. When white plays the Kosumitsuke, he will go up. So white played Kosumi on the left side. That's fine. But a bit risky. There is some magi here around c7 and cut d8. We will see later. Not much to be with this move. Looks like a neutral point. Something on the right side is bigger to prevent his connection underneath. Even now. either block like this. Playing the Kosumi, it's not so great, because if you try to continue with this move, then black has the option to wedge and white loses the liberties rapidly. But yeah, simply go down. Nothing happens. Tuck, 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 tuck. Or you can play the bump and Hane, and now the dog face shape. Yeah. So you see, there are not too many points in the middle. I mean, all these jumps in the center, when you think about it later in the game, black played here and everything, and you just got like a few points in the center, 5, 6 points like that. So center, it's never as big as it looks. Yeah, this turn it's pretty powerful. Black keeps connected, that's good. Here black would go down. Like this, white can push one time, black connects, but after going down, black has a monkey jump. Also another option for black is to play Kosumi. White can push here, black will block, white plays away, and later black has the follow-up with Hane and Hane on the first line. White has to pay attention here. So, he went down eventually. Therefore, this push is not so good. Just leave it like this. I mean, it was sent already, then play away. Because later on, for white, it's more interesting to play Hane, block, connect, and after that, use the h16 push. Okay, block. Yeah, this is a large move to connect under. Fine. Also big. It's fine to connect like this and later play r16. Thing is, when you play here, black can also turn and then you need another move inside. Okay, this Hane, white one space jump, that's the proper way. And now black had an option to make some profit here. Wedge, Atari connect. If white connects on the right, black cuts on the left. And now let's see what happens if white connects on the left. Black will cut here. White will try to make twice or connect under. Obviously, if black just blocks, white will leave like this. And then, of course, black can go down, Hane, everything is centered like this. But black can try even harder. For example, play the vital point, try to kill. If white pushes here, black will go down, the group is dead. If white plays the Hane to connect like this, black has the wedge. And now, when white connects here, double Atari. But white will probably try to connect this way, and black will Atari. Now if white connects, we continue with Atari and another Atari. So the group dies faster. That would be a disaster for white. But what are the other options? There is another way to play the Ko. And now black captures and white is in Atari. Therefore, this is tough too. Because it's hard to find co-threads at this stage of the game. I mean, that big. For example, if white plays here to cut the top, yeah, black can even ignore this. And now just leave. So what else? Not much. Maybe push here. Black will answer. White takes the call. Black can go out once as a local threat and then take the call back. So yeah, this was an interesting sequence. Good, let's say, reading exercise. Just to think about it, the wedge at d8. So, how to protect? Tuck, 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 tuck. Yeah, normally you gotta give him the 3 stones. So you gotta play the bump. He plays here, then Atari, and he takes, and that's it. But this is resignation. Okay. I think white was aware of the RG. That's why this move. But now just small endgame. So here, at the end, you need another move at r18. Therefore, it's better to play q18 and you protect against both in one move. Because like this, after all the neutral points are filled, you still need to play a move inside. So you could save a point by playing the double hanging connection. This is big. Hane, connect, that's fine. And yeah, not much to see in this game anymore. We've seen pretty much everything. It's better to connect solid, no more co-threads. But yeah, at this stage, if you just count during the game, and we will talk about that in the next videos, you can just give up the game. Usually the way to count, it's to, especially when you play fast, is to go with chunks of 10 points. So for example, you take this area like here, and you go all the way here, and it's a block of 10 points, and you keep going like this. Of course, you can also go one by one. Here, for example, you have 12 points, 1, 2, 3, and another one. So you can say this is 15 plus this 6, 20-ish, 20 plus. So you can say, okay, 20 here, then you look at this area on the right, 10 plus another 10 plus another 5 or so. You say 25 here, then you look at this area, it's another around 10 plus, maybe 15, a few more points here, so another 20. So it's 20, 20, 25. All of a sudden, Black has like 65 points in a rough estimation, and it should take probably less than 30 seconds to assess the position. Even though it's not like the, let's say, very accurate counting, but just like in big lines. Also, left side, if you look here, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, one more, maybe 11, but roughly 10 points, because if we don't know, Black can get a chance to play e16. So you look at this area, you say 10. Then you look at the bottom, again, 2, 4, 6, 8, with the center about 10, here 5. So this is altogether, I don't know, 15 points, roughly. And the top side, if he pushes here, maybe another 10. If you block, about that. So you have 10, 10, 15. That's 20 plus 15, 35, plus Komi, about 40-ish. So he's got 60 some. It's pretty much what happened in the game. Black won 22.5. So you can obviously see at this stage that Black is already leading comfortably. So, and nothing can happen anymore. Therefore, White could just resign this game. I hope you enjoyed this review and win the next one.